Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and welcome to show and tell number 130. Woo! It is 8 a.m. I'm still drinking coffee. It's kind of been a busy morning this morning. I've got a vision appointment to update my classes. And I went for my walk. We left out at 6:30 this morning, so I've got time to squeeze in a video real quick before I head out to my appointment. So getting things done. Yeah. So, it's been a busy week again, as always. I never seem to. It's been busy. But it's been a pretty good week. I'm sure Pippin will probably come running down here going, hey, so you haven't paid attention to me in about half an hour now? I do actually have a yarny finished object. I have a WIP I want to share with you guys. And then I did get by my post office. So I have some Christmas cards to share with you guys. But first off, I want to share the cards that I finished making. Instead of doing pictures this time, I do actually have physical cards. So I did about a dozen of these, I think. The little jewels came from Hobby Lobby. They're Paper Studio branded. Ooh. These are still using that same DCWV paper pad that I shared with you guys last week. This is moving into some of the scrap cards that I did. I'm really not happy with that scallop circle using the pattern paper. I just don't think it looked right. And I know these are very simple cards that I did with the Santa paper in particular, but I just didn't want to cut it up. It was too cute. I wanted to, but the little front sentiments are from die cutting with the Cricut, and then on the inside everything's stamped. Most of them have little mats and stuff just to bulk it up, make it feel thicker. Some of the card bases I have are a little on the thin side. So I like my cards to have a nice texture. I am working on some winter wishes cards for the people I couldn't get Christmas cards out to in time. And I'm working on some thank you cards, and I'm really excited to share because that's in conjunction with another thingy thing. So things are going on. My finished object is actually a test knit for Erica over at the Lopsided Crafter. She just released this shawl pattern. I've been working on it. I told you guys I was working on the project. Ooh. Actually, so the colorwork section showing up very well on camera, but in person, I was having a hard time seeing it. I mean, my eyeballs are just that tired. But I used 2 knit crate yarns that I had on hand. This is Blood Moon, and I can't remember what the gray is. It's the sock weight, and it is chamois. You can see the lights picking up the chamois. But I'm so excited with how this turned out. So I've told you guys before, I am a sucker for a clever pattern. I love clever detail. And how pretty does that just... This pattern is very clever. There were a couple different techniques that were used in making sure things lay flat, and none of them difficult. All of these were very, very simple things, but the transition to do this final lace panel was something I had not seen in other similar style shawls, and is a perfect way to transition from that garter stitch to the lace pattern without creating a jog. So Erica has very kindly given us a coupon code, which should be here up on screen now. And the links for the patterns on Etsy and Ravelry will be in the description box down below. Please go check out the pattern. It's absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely beautiful. While it is written for fingering weight yarn, I will be honest, this would be beautiful in a nice DK weight as well. And I am thinking DK might be the way to go for the next one, because I definitely need another one of these. And it really wasn't, I mean, it took me a month to make it. And that was just because I kept running out of time. Every time I tried to sit down, I didn't have time to work on it. But It's really not, it really shouldn't take you that long. If you normally can turn out a shawl in a week or two, you're dead on for that. But I'm very happy with how this turned out. I love how this looks in the colors that I chose. And I was kind of thinking about being dorky and doing the reverse, a gray with the, but I want to do something different. I do want to do something different. I think I might want to do something with a little bit more to it. Just a little bit more pop. But I wanted that to be for Christmas, to wear. I've got a black dress I wear all the time this time of year. And I just wanted something to just give me a little color, give me a little zest, a little pop, a little something, something. So yes, go check out the pattern. Erica's channel will also be linked down below. I'll have the coupon code, like I said, it was on screen. It will also be down in the description box. Please go check it out because it was so much fun and you could do so many different things with this. I'm thinking about doing one without the color work, but using her transition to the lace. And I have a yarn that I think would be really nice with that. Thinking. Like I said, my brain is never done picking things to do. Things to make, things to do. It's so pretty though. I was so excited. I was like, I got it done. I'll be able to wear it. I did just take it off the blocking board, so I haven't woven in the ends. Like literally, I brought my basket of goodies down and grabbed it off the blocking mat. So I'll get the ends woven in tonight and I'll be wearing it ASAP. Anyway, you guys, I'd shared my pickle jar acquisition from Aberdeen Wool Company, and I have started a scarf. Now, I did something a little bit different. So the pattern that they sent with it actually just has you working each individual one. But what I decided to do was to do 3 rows in each color, or 3 rows in 2 colors alternating. And then just whenever the light ran out, I would switch it. Whenever the darkish or the dynamic color ran out, I'd just swap it. So the color changes happen at random within a row, but we're still more or less going light, dark, or light, bright in a pattern here. So I haven't gotten very far. I think I've got balls 9 and 10 in right now. I'm working with a bright highlighter color with some speckles and this pale blue with a dark blue in there. And I am doing a version of helical or jogless knitting. See if I can flip this inside out without my needles doing something. I didn't want the float from where I'm drawing the color up every 3 rows to create a ridge on one side of the tube here. So what I'm doing is the last row of the collar, I'm taking the marker off, knitting 3 stitches over and carrying my yarn over. So my float between stripes is spiraling around. And that's why I'm not getting, it's really hard unless you do a good blocking to not get a ridge on something like that where you have that many color changes that tight, that close together. So that's why you're not really seeing a ridge on, I mean, I know where it is just because I can feel it. It's right there. And it did kind of line up with the color change there, but especially as you get to the more dynamic colors over here, there's really not a pucker zone where the weight is going to pull down and create a pucker. Now, I have not decided if I'm going to do the long version or the short version of this yet, because I was thinking doing a matching hat and the same pattern would be pretty kind of cute and cool and fun to have. So, but that's where I am on that. And I do need to come in and start like weaving in my ends and stuff now that I have decided this is exactly what I want this to be. I did frog it a couple of times trying to figure out the pattern I wanted because I didn't want to just do solid bands. I wanted it to be a little bit more funky, eclectic, and loud. This is something I want to wear like, you know, just blue jeans t-shirt kind of day. And funky and loud is kind of fun to offset that. But as I'm working on it, I'm just, when I put it down, I just drape it over my tall pickle jar here. And there we go. It's a nice, easy way to keep things together. So, stack o happy mail. And thank you guys so much for the Christmas cards. Thank you so much for the sympathy cards. I think I have all but 2 of the cards down here with me today. But thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. Who doesn't love getting mail that's just happy? And never feel like you have to send me anything, but a card is more than enough. Like I don't need presents and stuff like that. A card is more than enough. But this is from Jane. And I left all the cards in their envelopes this time, so we didn't have a mistake like we did last time. This one is from Debbie. This is from Evelyn. I love Christmas cards. I did the thing I do every year where I do the ribbon on the kitchen cabinets and I clothespin everything up. This is from Sunny. She's the North Country knitter, by the way. This is from Amanda, and Amanda also included a stitch marker in here. The card. And this is a Obsessively Crochet Lady. That is the stitch marker right there. Thank you for supporting my business. And this is her information. I will leave her Etsy shop and YouTube channel tag down below. But thank you so much. That's so pretty. Absolutely beautiful. Leave that here so I know where it goes. This is from Bella, from Bella's Crocheted Gifts. First off, we have the card. And let me just show you guys these, because these are absolutely beautiful. Look at these beautiful snowflakes. I absolutely love these. Are those not beautiful? Thank you so much. I just don't have the wherewithal. Not going to share this one because this is a family card, but I got a card from Melanie. This is from Wendy. And I've already opened all these. I've already read all the notes and stuff. Like, I just wanted to share. This is from Shell Crochet. And I will leave her tag down below. Her, Sunny, and Bella will all be tagged. And she also sent a tea. This is Feeling Soothed, Peppermint, Ginger, and Fennel, which sounds amazing. I feel like I've had this tea before, but I can't remember. But that sounds amazing. I am not I like fennel and aniseed and things like that, but I hate the flavor of cheap licorice. I know that sounds really weird. Like, that's a very specific thing, but it's one of those weird curiousms. So, I have my super secret project that I'm working on, and I'm hoping to get most of that done to where I can share here in the next 3 or 4 days. Then I need to start working on my craft journal for 2022 and getting that ready to go. I do have my paper pad for that. So this coming year's paper pad will be this photo play, crafting with my nomies. And I'm pretty excited about this. I think it's so stinking adorable. I did get some extra pages, and I have the 6x6 paper pad as well. I do need to go in and insert pictures into 2021's journal, but let's see. I love to create. We got Knitwit, Crop Room. I have obsessive crafting disorder, scrapping with my nomies, handmade with love. Oh, crop! For you scrapbookers out there. And that's got a nice bright citrine color there. A nice peridot. We got some gnomes and some scrapbooking supplies and a beautiful stripe print. We've got a sewing and embroidery page, and then some hearty hearts. And there's 2 of each of these. That's why I'm just kind of flipping through. We've got this beautiful floral backed with a blue knit stockinette stitch. We just have some crafty nomies and a blue Swiss print. I don't know why I love this so much. I think this is going to have to be the back cover. I do. It just, for some reason, it's just a very, like, funky 80s print or something. I don't know. And then we have, you know, like little tab stickers down here that are different crafts. We got different words. Inspire and memories. We have the Oh Crop Gnome with his tape. I don't know. I just thought this was an adorable paper pack. I thought it would make an excellent covered journal. Once again, I do follow the Made It. I think it's the 2019 tutorial on how to do a covered journal. She has a couple of different tutorials on her channel about covering journals and trying to get a nice fit and lay. Which is why I don't feel the need to do my own tutorial on it. Plus, it's almost, as I've said before, impossible for me to effectively film actually paper crafting in here. I can kind of do 1 or 2 tutorials that are knitting and crocheting, but paper crafting, you really need an overhead angle. I can kind of fake it temporarily, hugging a camera and kind of seeing what I'm doing through the camera. But to do paper crafting, you really need an overhead setup. And I don't have one of those in here. And I don't have the space for something like that I can leave permanently set up. So it's just a flow thing in my room. If we ever move again and there's another spare room, I might try to set up a table where I can do an overhead where, you know, I have things pre-cut and can kind of walk through the construction of things that I'm doing. But as of now, it's just impossible for me to be able to film any type of paper crafting tutorial. But I have shared in the past where I'm getting the inspiration from. And I'll be honest, I more or less just directly follow the Made It tutorial. There's really nothing I do different. If you look at all of her covered journal tutorials, though, there are some things that she does and some that she doesn't do in others. I do like the way she solids up some of the pages to where you get a little bit more of a durable page on certain things, but especially like where I do the divider pages and stuff. But more or less, I mean, I just kind of follow what she does in that, I think it's 2019 tutorial, and roll with it from there. I mean, embellishing and decorating and stuff like that is something very personal, especially when you buy the paper pack that has like the stickers and stuff already with it. it's really not that hard to just come in and kind of stick things different places and stuff. I do want to get some pictures of my projects from this year. I have paper left over from where I covered this year's journal, and I do want to go in and put some pictures of some projects because I worked on some pretty special projects this year, like Erica's shawl, like the autumn blanket. You know, I didn't get all the things done on my list that I'd wanted to do, the things I wanted to remind myself to do, but I did, you know, dye some yarn. I've worked on some special projects, and I do want to remember those projects with pictures too. So I will be scrapbooking in my journal and matting things and stuff with the leftovers of the Kaiser craft pad I used for 2021's journal. See if I can find that real quick. It helps when I'm organized, doesn't it? So this is how I've been storing all the leftovers from 2021's journal. I love these 12 by 12 pads or 12 by 12 envelopes, but goodness gracious. Yeah, I have some of the cut aparts from the 6 by 6 paper pad left. I do have some stickers left here. I have one full sheet of the paper. I've got all of my scraps. I have, I wasn't planning on sharing this, but I got off talking, and I have most of the 6 by 6 paper pad left intact here. And then this is actually a sticker book that goes with that paper pad. So I have a lot of stickers left in here to do decorating and embellishing with and scrapbooking with. So I do want to make some progress in moving through the rest of this pad. I used most of the 12 by 12, plus I had some extra sheets. So the fact I only have one sheet of the paper left, that tells me it's a good thing that I bought the extra pages. But after I finish these thank you cards and winter cards, my next big project will be, you know, scrapbooking some of the things from 2021 and also finishing up. Hang on there. Or getting started making the 2022 journal and getting that covered and started and ready to go. I do have the 6 by 6 and the die cuts for this paper set, so I will have, once again, plenty of stuff to do embellishments with if I want to come back and do some scrapbooking once again. And just, I'm doing basic stuff. I'm just matting some pictures that I'll print out on my color printer. I do have a Canon photo printer, so I will just print out some pictures on my own on photo paper and paste those in, make those look nice and neat in there. And that way I can reference the pictures as well as the notes and information that I kept in my journal. I'm still planning on January 1st, starting my Advent from Aberdeen Wool Company. Like I said, it just did not work out to be able to do that. I haven't decided how I'm going to film it to share it yet, though. I will probably do a lot of sharing on Instagram as I'm working on things. But the next couple weeks are going to kind of be a little slam-packed busy, full of random. And we're going to have family in town. We're going to go visit family. Hopefully we'll go see my grandfather over in Lexington, North Carolina. And we'll go see my mother-in-law back in Columbia. My stepkids should all be coming in for Christmas at some point to have a family dinner, and we'll do a game night or something like that while the kids come down here and play with their toys, because we did get them some stuff that they can play with. Not to mention, like, my granddaughter is at that perfect point where she self-entertains with the internet, but she's watching things that are fun and interesting. So I really don't mind, like, it's better than sitting her down watching Cartoon Network. But she's at that point where, like, she's making good choices as to what she's watching, and she doesn't mind watching things close to the adult so you can keep an eye on her. So she gets a little bit more free reign. My grandson has so much fun just playing with random things, and he's always been great at finding something to entertain himself with. So we'll have dinner together, and we'll, you know, do our Christmassy gift things. And like I said, the adults will probably have some sort of game night for a while, and we'll hang out together and get to catch up again. And let the kids just do what kids do. So it's going to be busy. It's going to be interesting, and it's going to be very busy for the next couple weeks here. There won't be any let up probably until mid-January. So list. Anyway, you guys, thank you once again for thinking about me and sending me cards. Thank you for coming and checking in to see what I'm working on. Definitely go check out Erica's pattern. Like I said, if you've been around the block a couple of times with knitting, no one technique is actually going to surprise you or shock you. But the way Erica put these together to create nice, seamless, jogless transitions and a nice, smooth edge that is sturdy. Believe it or not, when you do lace work, you do kind of want a firm edge, not like a totally floppy, loosey-goosey edge. The combination of what she used to build the shawl pattern is absolutely fantastic. I love clever. I love the clever little details, and she aced that. So definitely go check out her pattern, drop by her channel, and give her a hey, and I will see you guys real soon. I love you, and please take care.